Welcome in, everybody. It is Main Street today. I'm Devin O'Day, and we're going to kick off things with some brand new stuff on New Stuff Tuesday, including the brand new announcement of the new members of the Country Music Hall of Fame. Announced yesterday, Patty Loveless, songwriter extraordinaire Bob McDill, and my buddy, my pal, Tanya Tucker, going in. And Tanya stopped traffic yesterday. She was downtown Nashville, right in the middle of Broadway, on a black stallion, a beautiful black Frisian horse. Our friend Ricky Cook was there, and he connected her with a champion riding stable and a 12-year-old black Frisian stallion, an award-winning champion horse. She's always been so great on horses, and so she wrote it out not only talk about her brand new recording. She's got a brand new album. Let me get all this straight. A brand new album, her 26th studio album, a new slate of shows at the Ryman Auditorium. And she wants to talk a little bit about, she wanted to announce the Hall of Fame and say thank you. And we're going to hear from her and hear her thank you address. But she also wanted to make reference to Redemption Road Horse Rescue. She's rescued horses from there, and they take in cruelty cases. They do amazing work. And anybody with horses, like I know, you're always horse poor. So if you can help support her cause, that's what she was interested in. Now, how did Tanya feel about being voted into the Country Music Hall of Fame? Well, let's hear.
Hey, y'all, I just want to say thanks. I'm now in the Country Music Hall of Fame as of October. Country Music Hall of Fame 2023. Wow, while I'm living, I made it. They brought me flowers today. Thank you, CMA, and thank you to all the fans out there. They're the real reason I'm here.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At Mid-South Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at MidSouthExteriors.com.
Brenda Fielder is one of my dear friends, and she is fantastic. And she and I were talking about, we're going to go see in the coming weeks, especially on my Devin's Table show, we're going to go out and see some of those before and afters. Some people have maybe a color, or maybe they just have a dingy, kind of a worn out siding on their house. And instead of doing something different on the outside, maybe you just need some new siding and just replace that siding. You can do that so easily and so cost effectively by calling Mid-South Exteriors. And I said, I want some before and after. She said, it's the most amazing thing you've ever seen, Devin. You cannot even believe it. It looks like a brand new house when that happens. So I got to tell you, that's coming up in future dates on Devin's Table with our friends at Mid-South Exteriors. Well, we're talking about new technology. Well, our police department in Metro Nashville has been using new technology. It is New Stuff Tuesday, and I thought I'd share some of the new technology helping. And most recently, some of that new technology helped the response time with the shooting in Green Hills and at the Covenant School. 14 minutes. They were on it. They were there, they were on the scene, and everything was stopped. And with the new technology, times and response times get better and better. Let's take a look at what our Metro Nashville Police Department is doing to keep up with and use technology for the better.
When it comes to crime and violent crime, Nashville's not immune to violent crime, just like any big city in the world.
All cars, the 27-year-old female has been shot.
But you have to come up with a roadmap.
Even with all these horrible crimes we've been hearing about, these numbers I have right here, well, they show the majority of Nashville crimes are going down.
Hey, Chad.
Chad, good to see you.
Nice to see you, too. Thanks for having us down. Maybe if you could tell me a bit more about what you do and about your role, your day-to-day role.
I've been on Nashville as a police officer since 1998. Started in patrol for a couple of years, then went in and started investigating as a detective in 2004 and 5, armed robberies and homicides. The last 18 years, or coming up on it, I've been a digital forensic examiner in our city. Nashville, if you read the papers, watch the news, I mean, the media has classified it as the it city. It's kind of becoming the Southeast United States hub for entertainment, which is great. Right now, I think there's about 720 to 750,000 residents that live in the city, but any given day, well over 1 million. So we're protecting a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, tell me a bit more about Metro Nashville Police Department. Like what's their big focus? What do they really care about, and what are they trying to do in the community?
The major focus is to marry this relationship and build this trust between the community and the police department and its officers. We've always had a progressive vision, a forward-thinking police department. And obviously that didn't stop with Chief Drake. I mean, he has implemented these precision policing applications to target violent crime and complete buy-in with digital forensics because it's so important. So we want to turn that, and we have turned that in the last decade or two, into doing precision analysis, right? When we're dealing with violent crime, crimes against children, and that sort of thing. But probably more than anything, Jad, is just that relationship building with the police department and building that trust with the community.
The future of policing, I think, is highly going to be focused on new technology.
Every single person nowadays leaves a digital footprint behind, and digital forensics is the avenue. It probably is the most crucial piece of evidence you can have in an investigation, especially early on.
The goal for us as a department will be to keep up with the technology that's coming out these days.
Yeah, this is a really impressive lab. Do you mind telling me a bit more about it and how you got to this point?
I mean, like a lot of police departments, we started in a closet with 2 workstations, a small budget. It's so important for your leaders to understand the value of digital forensics, right? I mean, we don't have an unlimited budget by any means, but we've built that trust relationship with them.
Yeah, it's so important to every case, it seems, to have
it's
that digital evidence.
Every crime, a suspect or witness or the victim usually has a computer in their pocket, the mobile phone. Maybe you see a text message that talks about a crime where someone has thrown their clothes in a dumpster. It's happened. We see that text message before the garbage truck comes, and we can go to that location and find those bloody clothes. You know, and it's a great feeling because I worked homicides and robberies for a long time, and you take that case load with you at home. I may get paid by the government in Nashville, right? Nashville government. But I work for those crime victims. That's who I work for.
Yeah.
We really are a great police department. We're extremely forward-thinking. Our community policing model is one of the best, and I think that is important in police work.
One of the things that keeps me going and helping deal with the difficult jobs is when you solve that case. When you make that phone call to a family and say, hey, we got them. And to hear that sigh of relief from their loved ones, you know what you're doing is making a difference in society, and it's making a difference in their life. So that's the biggest thing. We're doing everything we can to solve these cases.
Because it doesn't stop after we get an arrest, it stops after we get a conviction.
So in your 16 years, how have you seen things change in relation to digital forensics, especially related to violent crimes?
When I came in, there were very few cases that had digital forensics. Most of our cases were about DNA. It was all physical evidence. So now I feel like every single case is a case where I need to go meet with SISU and our digital forensics experts.
Do you have any case examples you could share that where digital evidence has come into play and helped?
We had a case where we had a nurse here in Nashville that was murdered in her apartment. That suspect ended up having a cell phone. We found several pieces of evidence from the phone that tied him to the murder, but there was nothing extremely specific. Hours after the murder, he had actually done a Google search for pawn shop. They found that yes, he had gone, but they were able to pull the video surveillance from when he was in the store. You could see his exact clothing that matched the grainy surveillance video that we had from the incident. What was extremely critical in that case is that that pawn shop was closing the very next week. If they had waited even 2 days, that pawn shop would have not existed. That surveillance video would have not have been there. And that was really critical identification evidence in that homicide case that we were very fortunate to get a guilty verdict from the jury.
Getting to that evidence quickly is so critical.
The only thing that I don't want to happen in one of my cases is for suspects to not have cell phones.
Right.
That's a problem.
Yeah, makes sense.
My goal, obviously, is to bring justice to families. And we're seeing that younger and younger kids are being killed, and it's starting earlier and earlier.
Most of my cases involve child abuse content. I can't imagine being able to do my job without having a forensic lab and the ability to bring a case to them and get it turned around fairly quickly if I need to.
Good examiners, good tools. That's the only way that you can do it. That's the only way. In fact, we rely on companies like Magnet to provide and produce those tools for us.
It doesn't matter how the case started or all the research or search warrants, interviews. It's all going to come back to the digital forensics that's found on the devices that are connected to the case. So without that, we have nothing.
We need to get to a point where command staff, just like our command staff in Nashville, they understand the value of what we're doing in here.
What keeps you going? What makes all of this worth it?
Being able to tell families that the man or woman that took their loved one is off the streets, bringing them just a tiny piece of closure.
What a powerful piece. Thank you to the video channel on YouTube for the Metro Nashville Police Department. If you want to keep up with what your police department is doing to serve you more effectively and to serve you better, and what kind of cases are coming to Nashville with more regularity, you just kind of can keep on top of things by following their YouTube channel. It's pretty fascinating. Keeping up with the Nashville Zoo, we've got a lot of news to tell you about the Nashville Zoo coming up. But first, just to remind you, Dino Trek, there are some parking facilities that are expanding there. So they have asked everyone to make reservations before you come to the zoo to make sure that you have adequate parking. Just know ahead of time. It's a quick, even if you have a membership to the zoo, make a reservation so that you know that you can get in on the day that you want to go. Weekends, obviously, are more attended than the weekdays, but even the weekdays are pretty full. So there's always time for you at the zoo, but just make sure you do a few of those extra things that you need to do just to make sure that you can get in. There was a news story last week about the lead singer of Old Dominion, Matt Ramsey, who was involved in an ATV accident, and they've had to cancel some dates. Let's check in with Matt and see how he's healing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Just want to say longer.
Well, we hope you get better very soon, Matt. Matt Ramsey, part of Old Dominion. The incredible new music coming from them. And it was an ATV accident. As your young ones are going out, and ATVs can be so much fun, but they can be so very dangerous. It injured his pelvis, and it's a lot. He can't negotiate steps at all. And so there's a lot of stuff going on, but we wish you the best, Matt, and we hope that you are back on the road, keeping us happy with your songs very soon. Let's head to Franklin. What's new, Franklin?
Hello, Franklin. It's Monday. I'm Eric Stuckey, your city administrator. So it's time for the top 3 things you need to know this week. We're here in City Hall, and my backdrop is some of the awesome art done by kids in our recent Kids Art Fest. So see, these are some of the award winners and great work done by local kids. So if you're in downtown, pop into City Hall and see some of this great art. So item number 1, and we have 2 items to start off with related to Envision Franklin. We have an ongoing survey. We talked to you about that last week. That's open for another couple weeks. Go to franklintn.gov. You can take that quick survey, give us your feedback through that mechanism about our land use plan Envision Franklin. So that's item 1 there. Item 2, we have a special session related to our land use plan update on housing, a big topic in the community around housing affordability and types, what folks want to see and need. And so that will be an online or a virtual meeting, and that is set up for April 13th at 6 o'clock. Also go to franklintn.gov and check that out. You need to register, and you can do that and be part of that virtual meeting. So that's item number 2. Item 3 is out at Harlansdale. The pedestrian bridge project is underway, just started. It's about a 15-month construction, so it should be finished next summer. And we have art on that bridge as well, as we talked to you about that. So that'll be a great connection between the walking trails and our park. One quick reminder, we're closed on Friday in recognition of Good Friday. So that's it for now. Take care and have a great week.
Thank you, Eric. He covers what's new in Franklin, the city manager taking care of what's happening in Franklin each and every week, every Monday. And so we get the news and we get to report on Tuesday what's going on. Well, I was at the opening debut weekend for the Sounds. Didn't come home with the wins, but we did come home with a whole lot of fun. Sundays are special. It's Main Street Media Days for home games on Sundays for the Nashville Sounds. We are so happy to be on site. Just to remind people that we have a lot of freebies, including our brand new free viewing app. You can see that, Main Street Media Television. Download it and you never miss a thing. We're on Roku, Amazon Fire, and more, as well as Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. Wherever you are, we want to be. So if we're a place that you aren't, we just let us know. Let's try to get wherever you're watching your shows. And we love sharing some of the cool things from the Nashville Sound. This came from the Nashville Sounds YouTube channel and Facebook channels. It was Kids Weekend at the Sounds. Oh, Kids Weekend is always fun, isn't it? I got to see some of the cutest kids. There's this cute little kid yesterday that I'm telling you, he was absolutely precious. And he was just like, Daddy, I gotta go. He was into hitting the wiffle balls. I said, this kid's going to be a baseball player. He did not want candy. He didn't want to talk to us. He's like, Dad, I got to go play wiffle ball. And he did. And I said, how old is he? Because he was tall. He's 3 years old. I'm going, my gosh, it's going to be a monster, this kid. Hey, let's head to Murfreesboro now. The city schools have a new STEAM in the City program.
Murfreesboro City Schools hosted STEAM in the City to showcase student exhibits, activities, and an engineering competition. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Mathematics. This is a curriculum that Murfreesboro City Schools has adopted to stimulate student inquiry and to teach problem solving. One side of Lane Agri-Park was an engineering competition.
The students will get the actual challenge that they're working on when they arrive. They'll design for an hour, and then we have a final presentation.
The challenge is to create a space vehicle that will transport as many astronauts as possible from Space Camp 1 to Space Camp 2. But each vehicle must have 2 passengers. They get points. They also get points for speed. These children did not know what was going to be in these boxes. And the other beautiful thing is they're not all from the same school.
And on this side, we have amazing entries that students have been working on with their classes, and it's pretty amazing stuff with the engineering process.
I got to talk to some of the kids to ask them about their exhibits.
this is robotics, and so you had to build a robot to compete in a competition. So you have two robots in there. They will work together to get as much points and discs as they can.
So we're working together, so we have to like collaborate. Like during the competition, we'd like actually like negotiate with the team that we're going to be working with, and we'd come up with a strategy. My job has been mainly building and making things. We started kind of building our own stuff.
So this is a chemical reaction car. Our design brief told us that General Motors did not have enough computer chips to run the cars, so we decided to use chemical reactions like vinegar and baking soda to help us move it.
So when we first tried it, some of them did not work, some of them was like acting up, it did not work. So our redesign to make it like lighter, whatever it can do to make it move.
We made a nursery. This project was inspired by Peter Pan, the nursery. One of our favorite parts of our maze is the sparkles. They represent pixie dust. We have been learning about magnets and steam, and we have been reading Peter Pan. So we can combine them, and we made a Peter Pan maze.
So this is our engineering design process of our three-dimensional kidney, because a woman at our school is in need of another kidney.
And we use the app Tinkercad to 3D model the kidney, and we also make some sketch of the kidney and we find online so we can learn more about it.
And then we made 3D models about it to actually see like how it looks and how it can actually affect our body if we don't have one.
If you have a big kidney, you want to fit into a small child, you have to like deform it, like make it a little bit smaller for it to fit.
Well, what we have is a zoo animal enclosures, which we use the engineering design process to create.
We also engineered, and we had to build each enclosure and give it the specific needs for each enclosure.
We also use a 3D printer to make the animals for our enclosures, and we also did math to measure our enclosures.
Our animal escaped, and so we had to figure out how it escaped and how to get it back.
Students want to come to school. They don't want to miss it. So attendance is better, behavior is down, student engagement is way up.
The city of Murfreesboro has their very own channel, and that's where we got that footage, and we thank them for letting us use their footage and tell the story of Murfreesboro. It's what a great, these are just kids. I'm telling you, words like collaborate and 3D printer and reforming kidneys. What? That's just unbelievable. Those are just little kids. I just absolutely love that program. It's the STEAM program in Rutherford County Schools. Well, it's time for a Daily Google brought to us by the All of Us Research Program. It is a program endorsed by and promoted by 50 Forward people like me, 50 and over. Want a place to go to do things and to be a part of a group? You can be there all over Nashville. There are 50forward.org locations. And they also are wanting us to find out a little bit more of the National Institute of Health's joinallofus.org research project.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
And they bring us our daily giggle. And this daily giggle is why you don't always let dad babysit by himself. I thought that was so cute. I'm telling you. And the little kid at the very end goes, You know, when your kid makes you something, it may not be the most perfect thing, but it is the most perfect thing. And it may not be the most beautiful thing, but it is the most beautiful thing. I love how this kid makes something for his dad and how his dad responds in the motivation moment.
What you got?
I got a shirt that I made at sewing class.
You made that?
Yeah.
Holy crap. For me?
Yes.
Dude, look at this.
I did the buttons and I did the buttonholes.
Got like a 70s lapel thing going on?
Yeah.
How did you make this?
Well, I got some help, but I did most of it by myself.
Wow. Can I try it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. The collar's so unique. It's like there's the collar, and there's the that's awesome. Here, you want to film the back? What do you have in the back? Oh, go ahead, film. What do you have in the back?
I had.
Show everybody.
I had this little thing right there.
What is it?
I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
But I made it myself, and it was hard because I had to sew over a bunch of fabric. But I got stuck a couple of times.
Why'd you choose this pattern?
Why I chose the pattern is it just looks cool to me. It stands out to me.
It does look cool.
And it goes with jeans like you usually wear.
Can I wear this out to dinner?
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
No
You're
problem.
so talented.
Okay, it's as simple as that. It made me cry because so many parents don't even understand how important just an attaboy is for your kid. The time it takes to say, wow, this is so cool. We're going to close with Worth Beauty. Take a look. Michelle Probst with us every Tuesday on New Stuff Tuesday.
Listen, you know in the morning and you look in the mirror like, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? Well, this is Skin Awakened by Revlon, and I'm telling you, it wakes up your face. It's got caffeine and vitamin C, and I'm going to show you how to put it on and the change it can make. Okay, so the product comes with its own sponge applicator, and you can literally dab, or sometimes I like to use a brush or a sponge with fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and just apply immediately, and you do kind of like a fake sunglass look. And then we're going to blend. So we're just blending. I am using the sponge, but I also, again, I like to use my fingers. And I know it seems like a lot, but just wait until you see the results, because what it does is it's going to help you highlight your cheekbones and bring an arch to the face. So I'm just finishing up. I'm adding just kind of a bronze blush tone, skin tone that I like because I always feel better with a little color, and I'm ready to face the day.
worthbeauty.com, and it's fantastic. They join us every week with new products. Be safe, everybody. Be kind, and remember, most of all, you are loved. Have a great rest of your day.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.